with your shirt. What is going on, everyone out there in our Cats Chat world? We're so excited to be back live with yet another episode. We'll say we kind of had a couple of things fall through on us. We do apologize. Of course, we didn't say anything, so it doesn't really bother you all yet on that. But we thought we was going to have a couple guests today. We had two different ones lined out, but didn't happen. So sorry about that. What's up,
That's
Johnny?
part of the business. That's the way
What's
it goes.
up, Paul? Thank you all for getting in here. I don't know what I did to my screen, but it definitely looks different. That is not it. So
Already
this
messing
is
things up, man. That's
it's
a
starting
good start.
off great. That's
So
for sure.
yeah, I started back to school today. Kids came back. Man, it's gonna be. Whew. It's hard to believe that we're already back in school. Like, it's not the fact that I'm working, because I work all summer long doing DJing and stuff. I don't really consider that work, but I'm saying, like, it's hard to believe we're already back in the classroom. It's weird, man. Ready for football season.
Curl going on there. Yeah, of course, at our church, a lot of people that are at there are teachers or whatnot and everything. So it's always fun to bug a little bit of these teachers that are for their first day back looking tired. But I get it. I mean, it's hard to go back to work when you've been off for a while, and it is rough. Don't get me wrong. I really do understand.
It was funny last night because I went to bed about 11:30, but then all of a sudden I woke up at 1:30. Couldn't go back to sleep, so I did a devotion, laid there, played on my phone for a few minutes. Like, I was like, this is going to be a long day.
I get that. Well, the past couple of nights, I've not slept well. And last night, I finally slept the best. And I felt like I have slept while being awake today. It's been a sluggish day. But
that's not good, man.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of been nice. It's just been a little dazed here. But the wife and I, we went to the chiropractor in Middlesboro. So, got aligned up. It's what happens. Kids go back to school. We still have a day off without the kids. So we go and try to get aligned with their backs. So that's when you're old. But
what's crazy is I have never been to a chiropractor in my life.
Really? I like it. I mean,
I love watching the videos that are really loud with all the pops and stuff that they do. But I'm sitting there going, but what if they mess up?
Well, shout out Beacon of Light in Middlesboro. The wonderful people. It's a husband and wife that actually work together at it, and it's a Christian base. They got Christian music playing the whole time, and they're not very rough. Like, they don't do anything much with your neck or head or anything, which my wife likes. I would like to be, cracked and popped and all that stuff. I think it's kind of relieving. But no, they really do take care of you, and that's no sponsorship by them, but shout out Beacon of Light in Middlesboro. Let's see here. Nor has he at 62, Mark. So listen, once you do it,
I got a compliment from one of my students today, Michael. They didn't know how old I was, and they were like, I don't know. And this one little girl, she said, well, if you're over 40, you're in good shape for your age. I was like, thanks. I said, I'm actually 46. And they were like, wow. And I was like, well, at least I must look a little younger. So
yeah, well, that's good. That's good. This little curl right here is getting on my nerves, guys. I'm sorry. It's just randomly there. But all right, guys, like I said, we had different things planned, so we're kind of shifting gears a little bit on what we're doing. So if we do sound a little unprepared, it's because we always are. I mean, let's just be honest. We make this up on the fly. Mark, you know how ADHD I am. So, neatos, as I even bring this up, are the new thing. So
and I've not understood that. These kids play with it. Like, they let me touch one at school one time, and it just feels like a booger, man. It's weird.
Well, I get that. Well, with that being said, I bought some for my kids the other day, and I got one for me. So it's a little cow, and it's fuzzy. So I've been playing with things with my hands while we're doing the show, and it's loud. I feel like you all may hear it. So this one, it's not loud. Now I got me another one. Yeah, ADHD. Sorry about that.
Nice.
All right. So with that being said, like we're leading up to something. Guys, we know now, let's say this, TBT, the La Familia came in second place. Great battle. It was great seeing how Willie Cauley-Stein still playing at a young age, I think 32 or whatnot.
And staying and signing autographs the way he did. They said he was still, I talked to Coach Greer. He was there, and he said he stayed behind like 2 hours and was signing for everybody.
Really? That's awesome. I know I've seen on Twitter that they're talking about he was going to stay as long as he could. But so hopefully he really did. And really, I think these guys, when they leave Kentucky, they're on cloud nine in college anyways. And Cauley-Stein went to the pros for a while. But then when basketball fades a little bit, you realize, hey, man, like Kentucky did treat me good, and getting a little second wind of the taste, basically, of how we treat people. And they really talked about how well everyone turned out. Big Blue Nation turned out for La Familia in the championship. Did come up short. I can't remember how much we lost by, but it's the same team that beat us out last year. This is the first time they won it. This team has been together for over 12 years. So little difference there. And, even John Hood's talking about afterwards, he called pretty much every alumni basketball player there was. Let's see here. Johnny says, Michael, I'm actually will be at the youth rally on Saturday at Plenty Bible Church. A guy from Central Baptist in Cumberland is going to bring me. Awesome. Sounds good, man. Excited to have you for that.
Well, I just recently looked at my schedule, and I don't have another Saturday off until November 14th. So a little bit sad about that, but glad because it's going to help out for Christmas, all that kind of stuff. But, man, that's going to be working all week, and then every Saturday, too, is going to get old quick.
Oh, yeah. I swear. I'm going to have to do the whole mother.
Get a hat, man. That's why I wear a hat. You just get a hat, you don't have to worry about it.
But, okay, so we mentioned the La Familia. Hopefully next year, even better. Archie Goodwin was evidently our best player, 10-1 with that, let's just be honest. A lot of players are showing interest for years to come. Will Willie Cauley-Stein stay another year? Who knows? But I really think Oscar Tshiebwe may be our next one for next year or years to come. I'll say that at least.
I thought it was cool that Cam, I don't know if that what I saw was true, but it said he wants to play for La Familia when he graduates. I saw a report somewhere that he had made that statement, and I don't know if that's true.
That's
you see so much stuff, you never know what's true.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. All right, so other news that we wanted to at least bring up is that the 5-for-5 rule has passed. And, of course, this has been a thing for a little bit here. Sorry for the dog. It's their stray dog that we took in, and he's got a deep bark. I love the bark, but, of course, now it's a weird time that he's barking. But reminds me of the Beagles. We used to have that little howl. Do you hear him?
Yeah, he's whining a little bit.
He's a big baby. Like, legitimate – he is
That's
afraid to go.
That's a good dog for you.
No, it's not. Like he is seriously afraid to go through doorways.
That's your dog. Michael, you scared yourself and psyched yourself out so much when you were younger. Like, what if there's a woman in a white dress? That was your big go-to. Like, if I'm driving down the road and I see a woman in a white dress, like, you freaked out about everything.
Okay. Like let's give that some more context because, the people are actually going to watch this. So, backing up a little bit, Mark and I, when Black Bears first started coming into Harlan County, we would drive across Little Shepherd Trail in, like, midnight just to do something because, let's be honest, there's not much to do in Harlan County. So we would drive across the trail, and let's be honest, the Little Shepherd Trail can be kind of scary, And so, things pop in my head constantly, and I always would think, like, what would you do if there's, like, this woman that was all bloody all over her face, and she took off running down towards you in the middle of the night and was, like, screaming help? Like, would you stop and help because something's chasing her? Or would you just keep on plowing and keep on going 100 miles per hour as much as you can to run over whatever's in your way? That's just things that pop in my head. Conversation pieces, I guess,
You've watched way too many movies, man.
It legit, and I know we're on air with this, I finally had to pray and say, God, listen, take this stuff out of my mind, and I won't watch another scary movie.
In the movies, whoever stops and helps, they're the ones that end up dying and the other person gets away. So
exactly.
That's why you got to be careful.
So sorry, but it is what it is. I'm trying to live. But, okay, back to 5-for-5.
This 5-for-5 rule is interesting.
It really is, and I'm nervous about it because as soon as it got passed, everyone was saying, like, okay, can some of these players come back? Can they transfer? We heard Aberdeen got okayed in his transfer. And then there's even some news talking about one of our wide receivers from last year in football is considering coming back. But here's the thing that worries me, because I've seen this and I don't know how true it could be, but apparently if you did not enter the transfer portal prior to your graduation, you can't transfer.
You got to come back to the school you were at.
Got to come back to that school. Now, this could change. It might just be like, hey, this is where we're at right now. But because to me, if I'm a senior and I graduated, why would I enter the transfer portal? Because I don't have that year. It just got passed. So I feel like that limit is on there right now, but it's got to change very – like we can't say, well, if you didn't enter the portal, then you can't portal out. Yeah. So that's what I worry about. But, of course, Otega, if he didn't sign a contract – he could have came back to Kentucky. Aberdeen could have stayed, but, of course, he left. Just all those different things. And see, Mark, I actually reached out to our girl Cammie with the women's basketball team. I messaged her and said, so with the 5 for 5, do we have any players might be coming back? And she thought I was talking about I'm so sorry. This year's team. I was like, no. Like, Tony Morgan, who got drafted but got cut. She's on a G League team now, but could Tony Morgan, could Millie come back, and even Obi, some of our girls seniors that were pretty good. I mean, we had 4 people go in the draft, but 3 have already been cut. Excuse me. So could we even add to our women's basketball team? Which she said at this point, it's way too early to even understand what's going on with it. So the 5 in 5 is crazy.
It's weird. Like, how does a random judge in Denver just say, all right, I'm going to put this injunction in here? Like, how does that even come about? Like, and she just all of a sudden says, yeah, okay, you're in the class 2022, you get a 5th season. Like, how? That's what I think confused me the most, is just a random judge from Denver. Like, so are you saying a U.S. attorney, somebody from like Kentucky, could have done the same thing and ruled the injunction? Like, how does that happen that she ruled in Denver and this happens?
Right. As far as that part of it, it confuses me to death. Appreciate you jumping in. But as far as that, yeah, when it comes to court stuff, I'm just going to say, I got you. Wow, from India. We appreciate that. Cool. Thanks so much.
People coming on from another continent. That's pretty cool.
Country, continent, whatever. But, yeah, so should be interesting how it plays on out with this, because like I said, it's so early and what's going on. It's going to be chaotic. Like, I mean, it's going to be so many stipulations, so many whatever you want to call it, insert to this part of it. I just amended here and there. It's just going to be crazy.
And there's all kinds of speculation with it. Like, everybody's popping up with all these different, which player would you want to get? Like, a lot of rosters are already filled. Like, they're full. So it makes me wonder, like, I know they showed like 3 that are possibilities to fill that last spot for Kentucky.
Right. So, but with what I've heard now, is it actually even a possibility that they can transfer? I don't know. So it's one of those things that we'll just have to kind of sit back, eat our popcorn, and watch what goes down, and see what ESPN actually covers with it.
It's kind of how it started with the NIL. It's the Wild West, man. It's just anything can happen.
Here's the wife saying she started for the dog. It's whining and barking. He is a big baby. He's a poodle mix of something. I love you too, Mark. But, yeah, he's a crazy dog, that's for sure. Sweet as can be, scared as everything. Now,
go ahead. I was just going to say, we want this to be as interactive as possible tonight, because we're going to ask moving behind
questions me as we talk about this. Like, that's never happened before on this show.
Did your air kick on, Michael?
It was the cat.
You turned around like there was.
Did you not hear it slide though?
I heard it slide. I figured it was one of your kids in the floor messing with you. Especially since we just talked about the lady in the white dress. So, I just saw your soul leave your body for just a second. That was great. That was great.
Hey, StreamYard, clip that, and record that, or do whatever you got to. Dear word,
like your face was priceless right there. That was great.
Well, I seen it flop, and I was like, okay, it's the air, but we've never seen this. And all of a sudden, I heard the curtains go ring. I was like, oh no!
You've never moved that fast in your life. You would. I heard Kristen say it's the cat. Like,
Well, she's downstairs. I don't know how you heard her say that, but yeah. Luckily, she did say it, and I heard it because when I heard the bell, it's like, okay, it is the cat. We're good. I'm not going crazy.
Oh.
I hope Micah don't watch this episode.
The same night that we talked about your scared stuff.
I'm not scared. What are y'all talking about?
Wildcat did in here.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes, sir. Let's see here. So many changes and rules changes. It's hard for me to even keep up anymore, guys. We appreciate you jumping in here. And yeah, that's us too. And of course, I shout out to Wildcat Den. I'm pretty sure that you want to start back. Either they started back last week or they're starting this week. So go give them a follow on YouTube, follow them on Facebook and all that stuff. We'll say while you guys are in here, I seen a guy come into Tractor Supply with your all shirt on. I said, hey, I like that shirt. And he said, oh, yeah, I appreciate that. I like the show. And then he said, I like your all show, too. I need one of your all shirts. Like, oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we do need to make some shirts. I hadn't even thought about that, because I promised Johnny one. We got to get some more made. It's been a long time. But
it's been a long time.
I'm going to have to get new ones, too, because I can't wear the old ones.
Maybe you can just give them to me because I'm not going anywhere.
Well, you have the same shirt, so it wouldn't do you any good.
That's true. That's true.
I actually had somebody talk to me today and tell me that we did a great job with our interviews at UK, like with the women's team. So I thought that was cool that we got people that's caught a lot of those interviews we did.
Huh. Oh, sorry. Let me go back here. He said it was Zach. Yes, it was. Okay.
I'm watching it.
Micah just opened up his door and said he is watching the episode. Everything is okay. He is just as scared as I am at things. You're good. It was the cat. You go back to bed. So, yeah, let's see here. Micah turned the TV down. We're watching. Great. Right on time, Johnny. This is a hilarious episode. Almost a little too scary. But
sometimes those surprising little – because, I mean, we honestly talked about it at the beginning of this. What exactly are we going to talk about? Because
right.
And my wife was like, why do you all have such a hard time finding something to talk about this time of year? And I was like, well, because there's no basketball going on. There's no football going on. I mean, it's just you're in that dead period where you're waiting for football season to kick off. Yeah. So it makes it hard.
Yes. Volleyball is doing some stuff right now, and I did want to talk about them a little bit. I think they have 6 players in the top 10 that's like a watch list. So they're really talking about Kentucky women's volleyball going to definitely have another big year. Like it almost sounds like SEC championship or bust. So definitely going to try to see if we can get some of the girls on with our girl Cassie that came on last year. There actually is a video out that they do on their social medias and stuff where they're trying to do the like stop the button at 3 seconds, and all the girls are getting close, whatnot. And then she goes and actually had it rigged where it was already 3, and she partied like crazy because she actually thought she landed on 3 and like was celebrating all this. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, it was a joke, and her heart broke. I probably looked like what mine did when I thought something was behind me. What's up, Gerard? Thank you for jumping on here, man. We ain't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. But I'm really glad you guys are in here commenting, and I hope you guys stay because we want to have some questions. I'm going to ask Mark some questions, which he's going to have somewhat of an answer, but we also want to hear from you on some of these answers too. But before we go into that, Mark, I think we should do what we have new on here and try to get this out of here in case Mike.
Well, first we want to thank 105.1 WTUK for allowing us to be on air. As always, thank you to Golden Flame Hot Wings for having us also as a sponsor. You guys have been with us the longest, and we appreciate you guys up there on Roe Drive in Lexington.
Now we're going to try this and see how well it plays out. Now it's their first time doing it, but we're really excited for this opportunity. And here we go with it. We have our first ad.
Big Mike's Tree and Land Solutions. We specialize in full residential and commercial tree services. Whether it is a full tree removal, tree top removal, or brush removal, we do it all. We are fully insured and strive for fair pricing and satisfied customers. Be sure and give us a call here at Big Mike's Tree and Land Solutions at 606-273-5182. You can also view our Facebook page for before and after videos of the work we do. Again, Big Mike's Tree and Land Solutions at 606-273-5182. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Definitely appreciate them jumping in to sponsor as well. And it's so weird listening to yourself do a commercial. It just is. That was just weird for me.
Listen, you did a great job with that commercial. Even the editing of the chainsaw and all that stuff. Like, you might need to do some more of this
put it all
for
together.
us.
Well, I mean, I used to do this back when I first started at the radio station. I had to write my own commercials. That's what I had to do. Now that was back, when I was in college when I first started working there. So I had to write my own commercials. They would give you the store and they give you the stuff you needed to make sure you included in the commercial, and then you kind of had to limit it. Well, the good thing about on a podcast, it doesn't have to be a certain amount of time because we can just throw it up there at any time. But
Right.
yeah, I can. If anybody wants to sponsor, I can definitely make commercials. It's not a big deal.
Gotcha. And we would
Thank you,
love
John.
to have anyone else. Reach out to us, messages. We've talked about this a few times. We do want some ad reads like this. We'd love for you guys to sponsor the show. Even just like what we were talking about as far as t-shirts, if we can get some sponsors in or ad reads like that, we can actually get some more merch that we can give out or even sell to help with that. Because let's be honest, we live here in Harlan County. I honestly think we do a great job with this podcast to be not prepared with anything. But to go to Lexington, it's kind of expensive. For us, it's a whole day. Let's be honest. 3-hour drive,
is.
3-hour game, 3-hour back. That's
if you don't run into traffic. I mean, because that
Yes.
last one ended up being like about a 4.5-hour drive back.
every bit of it. And then, of course, food with that. And of course, if we're going to eat and we're in Lexington, we know where we're going. We're going to Golden Flames Hot Wings because it's the best to eat. And so we don't eat cheap unless it's 75 cents boneless Tuesday. And we love that. But so now that we got that ad read, and again, Mike, we appreciate you. And Mark, if you didn't know, that's Michael Smith.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Michael.
Big Mike's son. All right, let's
So
see here.
Anybody that would like one, I can make you a commercial similar. You just let me know.
Oh, wait, let's see here. I got my questions on text. I was looking.
I am waiting, locked and loaded, sir.
All right, here we go. First question. Wow, Micah opened up the door and he has it blasting.
Yeah, he had my commercial going. I could hear my annoying voice in the background. So.
All right. What this is football. That's why we got the background going for football. What do you guys, but you, Mark, for sure, and if you guys and gals, of course, answer in the comments, we'll bring them on here. What do you all think the biggest position battle will be for Kentucky football this year?
Me personally, I think it's going to go the wide receiver group. That's going to be one where you're going to have a big battle because, I mean, you only have so many positions, for your wide receiver 1, your wide receiver 2, your slot position, different things like that. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest battles because there are a lot of athletes in that wide receiver room. So that's going to be a big one. I also think your secondary. And I think it could even get interesting if they do allow this 5th-year thing to play through, because like I'm thinking even back to like people like Alex Safari Jr. who could return. So you could have some things happen there so that could make the whole edge rushing situation a little bit different. And I don't know, man, it could get interesting. But I think secondary and wide receiver is probably where you're going to see the biggest battle, and you may see some flip-flopping throughout the season of different players in different positions.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Hardly Gilmore IV, who I actually thought graduated last year, he is back at wide receiver. So that gives us some depth, some veteran depth at that as well. We do have some great tight ends, but as far as the position, now I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy on this one, but I don't think it's going to be a great battle. But running back, I think, is going to be a committee with that. But the one battle I really want to watch is our quarterback. Of course, Kenny seems to be the guy, but Matt Ponatoski, who came on our show, he's a freshman. I think he's got to get in some reps with this just for the fact, like, hey, if we're going to get him not to go pro in MLB, as which he was drafted, he must be in some kind of talks. Like, I need to be in the plays of some sort. Of course, he's a dual athlete. He's playing baseball and football, but I want to see if we kind of have some different things where we throw in a second quarterback just to kind of change the pace or change the pace up or whatnot. But what we know with our head coach, we're going to be gunslinging. So it's going to be Hal Mummy 2.0, in my opinion. Cool. Let's see here. Wildcat Den comes in and says maybe running backs. We have a lot.
We do have quite a few running backs.
Yes. And, of course, we had C.J. Baxter on the show, and we really enjoyed him. A down-to-earth guy, really good guy. I think because of what he came through with his past and his history, that I think he's dead focused on trying to get back to be the top guy that he was. And I think it's going to be real good. Let's see here. Who would be our number 2 QB? I think it is Ponatoski. I know he's a freshman.
He was highly touted, though, being recruited, man. He was.
Yes. I've got it pulled up here, and you guys know how well I pronounce names. It looks like we have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 quarterbacks on the depth chart.
That's crazy.
Let's see here. Can I look at that depth chart? Because I'm looking at the roster. Let me try this real quick. Well, somehow I went to positions. No, don't have the depth chart. But we got Kenny, Matt Ponatoski. I really wish that dog would be quiet. Whipper, Brennan Ward, Carson Kruger, and let's see here, and a couple more out through there as well. Long and Drakeford as well. So long list there, but we know in the past, Paul, I'm not following you on number 7 here.
He's saying there's 7 QBs on the chart because that's what you said.
Yes, sorry. This dog is super sweet, guys. I apologize for this. He's been here for other episodes, but
why don't y'all feed that thing, man? My gosh.
Listen, he was skin and bones when we first got him. It's the one that was running around here, and his name is Mateo because Katie wanted him, and it's Katie's dog. Tell me where Mateo came from. I have no idea, but he is getting on my nerves. But Kristen came up here to tell the kids good night. So, and he, like I said, he's very scared dog. He's very skittish, and when he's alone, he does this. But what's great, like what I said, he does not like doorways. He stays in the living room. Like he won't go to the kitchen. He won't come to the bedroom. He won't come up the stairs. And that's why he's whining, because he's got a little bed, and that's where he stays. Now, when we're down there, he'll come and play and stuff like that. But he's never had an accident inside the house. He goes into the pasture to does his business, so we don't even have to worry about that. Papa ain't going to fuss at us because it ain't down in his yard. He's a great dog. He's a great dog. Now, he is very nosy. He likes to move stuff around outside, which gets on our nerves. Oh, back to the football questions. I apologize here. All right, so that was question number 1 I have for you. Number 2, let's see here. Do you think our offensive line has improved? And, of course, we know that was one of the big things, the big blue wall. And I'm going to mute and let you talk.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I think they have, because that was an issue, when Vandegrift was back there. We had issues with him not having time to get set and do things. Now, some of that was on him as well for holding the ball too long. But, yeah, we definitely had issues on the line last year. But we've kind of made that a priority again. So I feel like the big blue wall is going to be back. I like the pieces that they've put in. I like some of the recruits he's going after as well. I think if they stay healthy, this group should be better than last year. Like if they stay, like especially in the pass protection side of things, which I think that will help Kenny out quite a bit. So, yeah, I think they're going to be improved. You're muted, Michael. You're muted, Michael.
I hit the button, but then I went and did the comments. So got some talent on the line. There's one, I can't remember his name, but played for Tennessee against Kentucky, made a big impact from the line and talked about just how well he does block. I'm going to be excited to see him. I got to figure out what his name is again. But, yeah, they definitely went out and that was their bread and butter for years past. And, of course, that is Stoops, run the ball down your throats, win the trenches, win the game. So I do think, we do want to have an impact on our front line or offensive line and even defensive line. So I agree with you. I think they're going to be much better. I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself on my questions or my comments with that. So offensive line, who is this year's breakout player?
I mean, I don't know if you'd really consider this a breakout, but I think CJ Baxter, man. I look for him to do big things. And I love the way, we interviewed him. The young man has a good head on his shoulders. I really, really, really believe that CJ can be that dude for us. You remember how Benny Snell came in and did such a great job at running back for us. Ray Davis came in and did a really good. I think CJ Baxter can fill that role well for us this year. And I look for him. And the reason I say I don't know if you can really call it a breakout, because his freshman year at Texas, he played really well. And then that injury slowed him down. And that's what kind of put him back on the depth chart, because they had guys jump ahead of him. So I think Baxter's going to have a breakout year. Now, you got a lot of other young, talented players. You got young receivers. You got young players on defense that I think could emerge and be big players. But I'm looking for Baxter to have a big year.
Okay. And, of course, anybody that comes on our show, I hope he has a big year too, of course.
And it's not just because they come on our show, but, it's just, when he decided to come here – but I'm saying when he decided to come here in the transfer portal, I knew his name. I knew who he was. Right. I knew he came from Texas. I knew he was a good football player. I mean, Absolutely. That's the thing. Will Stein is getting players that you've heard their names. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know who they are. And now some of these players, like I said, that you may not know their name yet. You might by October, because I think we got some good players on this team.
Absolutely. I'm getting more excited for football than I have in prior years, and I've jumped the gun. Let's see here. My answer to that too, I think it's going to be one of our wide receivers, just because I think we will be passing the ball so much more than we have in the past. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The biggest key to this season.
Consistency. We just need to be consistent on defense and on offense. And I know that's crazy, but like, we got to cut down turnover. You can't have turnovers on offense. I think our defense is good enough to be competitive in the SEC. We had a pretty strong defense last year. I think our defense, I think it could even be stronger the way he's got some of these pieces in there. But I think just consistency at the QB side of things as well. You know what I mean? Just because, we got a new quarterback, and he's a good quarterback. I think if we can get that consistency from him, it'll be great.
I do agree with you on everything you just said. I think quarterback was going to be our biggest key to how we play it, because let's be honest, Mark, past couple of years, our quarterback that we got in the transfer portal, all of our eggs were in that basket, and it didn't pan out the way we thought it would. One rushed every throw, and then we didn't give another person a lot of time. So let's see your icon finally getting in here. So how's everyone tonight? Good to see you, Mark and Mike. Hope all is well, gents. Well,
good to have you in here, brother.
On Shadow, but we're glad.
Yeah, that was fun. You're going to have to go back and watch that icon. It was pretty epic. Yes. And you guys share this for us if you don't care, so we can get some more folks in here watching as well.
Absolutely. So, Icon, we definitely want your opinion on this too. Otis, welcome to the show. Appreciate that, sir. All right. So, this is the toughest question that I want to ask, possibly, because it can go any way here. I think it's less. Well, let me just ask it. Mark Everett Lawson, what do you think our record will be for this to be a successful year?
For me personally, okay, now, I know we've had stuff we've looked at that said this and that. Like, I don't think people pay attention to the strength of schedule. Our schedule's crazy hard this year. We got a tough schedule. Yes. To me, I would, if you want to say acceptable, because it's his first year as coach, a lot of things are riding on. Is this team going to gel? Are we going to have that consistency? I think if we go 5-7, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I mean? Because that means we've thrown a couple upsets in there. Because a lot of people think that I would say 5-7 is acceptable. I think if you get to 6-6, 7-5, that's a good season to me, because of the strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to bump that up and say 8-4, 9-3, I'm saying phenomenal season. Like, you're liable to be ranked if you're 9-3 with the schedule you have. So
give him an extension already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'd be signing him lifetime deal. There you go. So, I mean, if we go 6-6, 7-5, like Otis is saying there, I think that's a good season with this schedule. Like I said, this schedule's murderer's row. It's just there's so many good teams in the SEC, and I'm not taking anything away from other conferences, but I mean, time after time, you got teams in the SEC that are just powerhouses.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I haven't looked, so this is not me being one of those stats things, people, but I guarantee in the top 10, we have at least 4 in the SEC. I mean, it seems like it always is that. I'm glad Paul said this because I thought it was number 3. So we have the 4 hardest schedule, strength of schedule for next year.
For a brand new coach, brand new system with a lot of new players, So, yes, let's see here. Icon says we have the number 3 offense in the nation. That has to account for something. That's a coach who knows how to use it and be in. Are we really ranked 3rd in the nation in offense? I really don't know, but I do know that Stein is offensive minded and he done some great things at Oregon. So I'm happy about that. Otis putting out a bold one here. We're beating Bama.
Okay,
and
I agree with Mark. Gerard says it's 5. Yeah, Otis. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you live.
I love it.
But I actually am kind of with him on this because Bama is the only team that's really good on this schedule that is being really bad compared to what they were before.
Well, but they've had coaching changes, personnel
and they've
changes.
Not been the same since Saban retired. And let's be honest, I think it's going to be, if my memory's correct, it's the first home game that's an SEC. Of course, we got the first game. I can't remember who it is, but it's a small school. And then we come off of that win, and we have Bama at home with Steins telling them bring out the beer bongs and all this stuff. Like, it could be that game that that's the cat. If you hear her, she's got a bell. So if the curtains move again, I'm good. So yeah, I'm with Otis on this. I want to say that that's one of those games because we said it prior weeks ago that Vegas has us at 4.5. So as far as over under, so 5 is where they think we can't get to. Like it's right at that.
And they have us finishing really low in the SEC. A lot of people do.
Yes, but I really think this Bama is what's going to get us close to possibly being bowl eligible this year. And my other one is South Carolina. A lot of people talking about how good South Carolina would be, but I feel like the past 2 seasons, they've really punched us in the face, and I think we're going to get some revenge this year. Going to say that. Kristen says, we have a mini farm going around here. We apologize. Of course, these are all, tame animals too, but hopefully one day we do have a farm. Icon, I want to know the rules of the 5 for 5 stuff because the judge says roster limits are stuck in 15. I'm not sure
Stuck
what that means
15.
yet.
Like you can only have 15.
I got you. I'm with you there.
Yes.
Barnes has 16 right now on the roster. So, okay. Interesting on that. Didn't know that part of it.
I don't know that part of the rule.
Yeah, but one thing we did say, Icon, about this earlier was that there's rumors, who knows how true everything is, that if you weren't, as you finish your senior year, if you didn't enter the transfer portal as a senior, that you may not be able to transfer. So that has to change at some time soon, but I'm just throwing that out there. Gerard's giving us some predictions here. South Carolina, Missouri, and Vandy are must wins. The opener against Youngstown State, which they should win. LSU and Florida are a toss-up. Okay, I'm glad we mentioned Florida here. And really, in the past, let's just call it what it is. In the past, 5 to 10 years, I feel like we've kind of had
– we played really good against Florida, yeah.
In the swamp or even in Lexington. So
kind of the same way South Carolina's kind of had our number.
But that game is going to be tough. I don't know where it's at. I think it's in Florida. But, Mark, you do know who coaches Florida now, right?
I don't remember. I remember hearing about it, but –
Summerall.
Okay.
The one that everyone wanted to come to Kentucky.
The Kentucky guy, yeah.
Went to Florida. So I feel like that game's going to be very high on his radar, what he wants to be as well. But Icon, again, we don't know. We talked about that earlier. Those guys were interested or there's been communications. But if that rule where they can't transfer if they weren't in the portal, I think it's crazy.
And Otis, you're right. It's the Wild West. We talked about it. Like they've created this mess with it started with NIL, which I never had a problem with players getting paid because these young men and women, they go out there and perform. Yeah, pay them something because, I mean, when they're doing it, when you're playing at that level, it's a job. It is. I mean, like they have no other way to make money. So I don't mind them getting paid, but man, when they've opened all this other stuff up, it is just the Wild West. So
okay, so it is at Lexington. Thank you.
So,
but yeah, and we did the money before. We talked about it before. I've got a poster somewhere in here that has Rupp Arena, and it says like 24,000 people in attendance. That's went down since they made some new upgrades to it. So there's like 23,000 people can be in there if the tickets were $50 each, and that's just just the bottom line. It was $1 million a game, basically, just tickets. So yeah, they're making money. The kids should get money now. Millions. I wish I could get millions. So maybe I'm just bitter about it. All right, so back here. So Florida is at Kentucky. I really hope we win that game. I think that's a must give all that we can to win that game. And
I'm kind of like you. I really believe Kentucky could beat Alabama. I mean, if Vanderbilt can beat Alabama, why not us? You know what I'm saying? Because, I feel like we've got a lot of talented players. So I think – and we could totally get blown out too. It's just one of those things. You don't know how well this team's going to gel. So we got to see it. But all signs are pointing towards this team's going to work well together.
Yes. The chemistry already seems so much better. So let's see here. I pulled up the schedule. Youngstown State first week, Bama second, Texas A&M at Texas. That might be a tough one. South Alabama, that should be a win. South Carolina, both of those, I'll see here. Yeah, at South Carolina. I think we can win that one. followed by LSU. So let's just say we beat Alabama. We lose to Texas A&M. So right there we are, what, 3-1 going into week 5 against South Carolina, because that's South Alabama, Bama, and Youngstown State. 3 wins going in South Carolina. If we get that one, we could be 4-1 going to LSU, who is still kind of down, and it's home. So in all truthfully, we could start off 5-1 going into Oklahoma, at Oklahoma.
See, I'm almost afraid to talk about it too much, though, because I've learned over the years, don't get my hopes up too much until it starts playing out, because, we saw that with last football season because we thought it was going to go well. And then we saw that with this basketball season, which we thought was going to go extremely well after the scrimmage with Purdue. But I mean, so I try to be hopefully, but limited optimistic. Like,
Right. Well, listen, Stoops last year was probably the most talented team in all skills position that I've seen at Kentucky probably ever. Excuse me. Barry Brown with, Dane Key plus whoever was the running
Brown
back.
wasn't here last year.
I said Stoops last year.
Oh
wait, Stoops last year was last year. I'm sorry, prior to that. I apologize.
I was going to say the year before Stoops left.
The concession stand year.
Before Brown left, yes.
Yes. So that year was the most talented team I've ever seen. And we thought we were going to be a 10-win team that year, and we weren't. So last year we kind of still stayed high with Stoops, but we kind of backed it off a little bit. So this year I'm on cloud 9, but I'm going to kind of stay at home. I'm just saying, what if we actually did beat South Carolina? Now, again, we're projected at 4 wins. So anything above that is great.
I tell you what I love about Stein is just his fire, man. I don't know if you saw some of the interviews. Like he said, red's not allowed. They don't wear red. Like he knows. He knows. Like usually your quarterbacks in practice wear red jerseys or whatever, so not to hit them, but they don't do red.
Right.
I love it.
Now, I will say this. I thought it was weird because they're wearing black. Louisville's colors are red, black, and white. So, I mean, why not make it
black's just like a neutral color.
I know. But
Marcus Washington is this kid's name. That's cool.
Yes. The fact that we're leading in or at least the recruiting rates with Rush with that is crazy.
I'm going to say, everybody wanted Summerall, but I think Kentucky's done a great job with the pickup getting Will Stein. Like, because kids want to play for him because he's offensive minded. He's going to make you look good on offense. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I keep saying, How Mommy 2.0. Like I really think it's going to be that, and he can get these players. That's one thing that we've really seen that he's already proved. He's going to go out there and battle for every player, and my goodness, I'm all for it. One thing, and I talked to somebody, and it's not going to happen. I think it was actually Zach. If Wildcat Den's still in here, I said, "Man, how great would it have been if Stoops could have just stayed on the staff and been demoted down to just defensive coordinator?" Like, let's be honest, he is a great defensive-minded person. So that's what my hiccup will be for this year. I'm not for sure how well this defense is going to hold up or how well they're going to do, but I think we can outscore anyone with this offense that we're about to see. Yeah. Let's see here. Wildcat Den. Guys, we need to go live and all of us watch a game together.
I think that would be amazing. But if you weren't in here earlier, I told Michael my next Saturday off is November 14th. So maybe I could catch a game where I'm done DJing and get home and do one of those with you guys. If nothing else, Michael I know could.
Yeah, maybe I could just do that.
Sorry, I'm busy.
That's okay. That's how it usually goes. I'm messing. How would you guys feel about the Cats went through the September part of the schedule 4-0, assuming they beat Bama and a win at Texas A&M?
Gosh, how would I feel? I mean, they'd be burning couches up in Lexington, man. Like,
yes.
I think I would be ecstatic. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, if you're 4-0 as you get through September, Stein's got an extension. Easy.
Let's see here. If we went 4-0, and he's saying that's through Texas A&M, right? You can go ahead and say we're pretty much going to be 5-0 because the next game is South Alabama. So we're going 5-0 into October, and that's going to be South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, Vandy, Tennessee, Florida, and Missouri.
I'm telling you right now, I believe if Kentucky was able to do that, like if they beat Bama and then they beat Texas A&M on the road,
At Texas.
like because that's a hard place to play. If you get those 2 wins, you would be ranked. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you'd be top 25 easy.
Yes.
So
Hang on
that's
one
just-
second. I got to ask. I'm asking the internet this. Because didn't Stoops go to Texas A&M?
Did he go to Texas A&M or Texas? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I know he's like a special advisor or something like that.
Something like that.
Everybody's jumping in on Gerard's comments here. We love this, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, this is why we love you all. Just so you all know, we thought this episode would be like 20 minutes at the max. But because of you all jumping into the comments with us, it
Yeah,
helps
he's at
out
Texas.
a lot. Texas, okay.
And what's funny is you didn't think that 2007 2.0, you didn't think we would have enough to talk about, and we've not even made it through the first segment questions.
No, we haven't. Well, actually, we have. Now we're on to segment 2 here.
I did a good
So
job, didn't I?
Yes, man. You worked hard on this one. I'm very, very glad. Yes. So, okay. So here's the second part. Instead of just Kentucky, SEC predictions. Where does Kentucky finish?
Realistically, for me, I would say 6th or 7th. But I mean, I don't know. Like it's one of those things. I don't think Kentucky's going to finish close to the bottom like a lot of people think. I think we're going to be more in that middle tier. So I could be
Middle
wrong,
tier.
but it's just me.
Guys, I love your all's comments. I'm sorry if I miss any. It's a lot of clicking going on here, plus trying to read these questions. But again, I love it. We're here for you. You're here for us. That's crazy.
And by the way, he's
So-
at Texas, the Longhorns, not Texas A&M.
Yes, the Longhorns.
But I mean, still in the SEC. But
Yes. So you said middle of the pack. I agree with you, but I'm going to say the back part of the middle of the pack.
just because of the schedule, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
he came in with a rough schedule. Like
Oh,
that's the
100.
thing. But I love it. He took it on and he loves it.
Pretty.
I don't remember where he
I
was.
can't remember where he was at, but he was winning like crazy there. Tulane, maybe. I don't know.
I think
Anyways.
he was at Tulane. That's where he was.
Okay, I was going crazy
Tulane.
there. I don't even know where that came from to pop in my head to have the right answer. But anyways, so I think that would be my surprise if he actually has a good year there. And I think it can be possible because it's Florida, the swamp, man, they're great. Okay, who will be the SEC champions this year?
Man, Texas is built to win a championship in the SEC. Their roster, if you look on paper, they're set to win the league. But Georgia is Georgia, and they're going to do bulldog things. I mean, I think Georgia could give them a run for their money. You know, anytime you're talking about a Georgia, Bama, all those teams, like you can't ever count them out. But I just feel like Texas has the edge this year with Georgia just a little bit behind them.
Okay, I'm cool with that. What do you think the toughest? I'm disagreeing with you here. It's my cat again. Apologize. Let's see here. I about said it and I lost my spot. Texas, you said toughest game.
Man, we got a lot of tough games. But to me, I think the Bama game at home is going to be tough, but I think their toughest game out the gate is going to be on the road at Texas A&M.
I agree. With
I
you.
think that'll be their toughest. They're going to that's going to show us really what they're made of, like in that environment. So,
Right. Let's see here. Okay, toughest game. Can you give me a bold prediction for this year?
we're going to upset somebody. We're going to. I mean, I think it's
Okay.
going to be in the SEC too. We're going to upset an SEC team. I see it happening.
Okay. If you could pick one, in which I agree with you, I think there's an upset that's going to happen. Who do you say on that? I'm going with Alabama. I'm really with Otis on that because it's early
I
in the
think
season.
that's a possibility.
Okay. Let's see here. The Alabama is going to be a tough one and a potential blowout. There you
Well,
go.
I mean,
Johnny.
it's at home. So.
Yeah. Oh, got rid of my questions here. Let me back it up. Road trip, business predictions. All right. So that's really all I got for SEC football on that part of it. We're up to 50 minutes here, guys. We always try to keep under that hour. Again, want to give a shout out to Big Mike's Tree Company, Tree Service. We appreciate your sponsor on this. And, of course, as it scrolls across the bottom, Golden Flame Wings. We love your food. You didn't have to pay us, and we'd still talk about this. And WTUK, thank you again for the partnership with you all. So let me switch the background.
If you want to jump to segment 5, we could just go ahead and jump to segment 5. We don't even have to do the other segments.
Okay, good, because I didn't even go that far when I.
We're going to run out of we're going to run out of time. Like that's
Maybe
what I'm saying.
We do this a little more.
I think so.
I'm upset that they're apparently not going to be the third down horn like we've had in prior years for Kentucky on defense. I've heard the horn, like a train horn or whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be going away. So,
well,
all right,
Stein's going to bring his own thing in.
That's right, and they're talking about that opening song, the intro song that we do. That's going away too. But anyways, segment 5, also AKA 3, buy or sell. Kentucky wins 9 games.
I got to sell that one. Because I mean, if you win 9 games, you were ranked and you were one of the top teams in the nation. I'm not going to go be that bold yet. Now, does Kentucky have the talent to do it? Yeah. But is it going to get there this year? I don't know about this year. So I would probably sell that one.
Okay.
I mean, I can't come back and say buy after I said, hey, if we go 6-6, that's a good season. I can't come back and buy that one.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Basketball reaches the Final Four.
Man, I want to buy it so bad. I do. I want to buy it so bad, but
we want to pay for that one, not just buy it.
Here, healthy or not healthy?
Well, I mean,
barring any major injury, I think the players he has in position with his system could do big things. I don't know that I'm buying Final Four just yet. I don't know that. Like, man, golly. After I get my hopes up last year, I just don't want to get my hopes up this year.
That's one thing that we've always tried to do. Like, we don't want to be like, hey, we're going to say bye because we want you all to have an argument with this and be clickbait. Like, these are legitimate questions that I want you to answer, truthfully, and I understand. I'm with you. Even on last episode, or the Big Blue Nation or BBN Unfiltered, we talked about this a little bit as far as what would be a fail or an okay season. We said Sweet 16, grade 8, so that's where we're expecting it. But I think Final Four is possible for sure.
Like, it's one of those things, like with the landscape of college basketball now, nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And, we have veterans on this team that's been in the system. Cam, who is still hurt, scares me a lot. But we have leadership. We have creators, ball creators, shot creators that we didn't have prior. I think this is his best year so far. All right, let's see here. 9 wins, Final Four. Do we have on our basketball team, do we have an All-American player on our team?
I mean, it's Kentucky basketball, so I could always see somebody rising to that level. I think we have this year, though. What I love so much about this team, though, is it's not just one great player. Now, I think a lot of people were wanting Milan. Yeah, he could easily pop up as an All-American player just because of his style of play with Pope's system. But I mean, I think there's several players on that team that could fit into that. But the key with this team is they have role players. They got, because one of the things people were worried about was our help in the front court with our big men, and, we got Frank that came in. So, like, he's a bruiser, man. So, I don't know. I think it could happen just because it's Kentucky, but I don't know that it will.
Okay. It's so tough. And I'm personally, I'm not really answering on much of these. I'm going to sell that, even though I asked.
These are tough questions. Like, you put me on the spot.
Because, like you said, Pope, let me refer to that way. Pope is more of a team game on that. So there's not really going to be one standout for us, potentially, in my opinion.
And that's why I'm saying Milan could be that guy that pops out because of this style of play with the shooting. What I think he's going to help, I think other players get more open shots too, just because of his threat.
Well, even with that, Mark, I mean, even when we play basketball, like you are a great shooter, let's just be honest, from the 3-point line. People can't really –
I was a great shooter, not anymore.
Well, okay, I was the point guard. If I'm going to the hole, they can't really help off on you too much to stop the drive because you're probably going to knock it down. So you basically can just kind of stunt with it and try to recover back out to you if I kick it out. So it's going to be a lot of basically one-on-ones with our creators to be able to get to the basket. And if they do help, he's going to be knocking down the shots. So I do think that is actually going to help him get some baskets there. That's a lot. Go ahead and you can read it.
Oh, he was just saying fall is on its way with those crisp, cool nights in the 40s and hard-hitting tackles and under the lights. He said, sign me up, boys. And I'm ready for some football, man. Right. And I agree with Mr. Happy. I think Trent's really bulked up, man. You know, I said I ran into him when we were up there the other day. I actually go see him this weekend, the wedding I'm DJing, he's going to be in it. So, but I really believe that the style of play with Milan out there, it could give Trent more looks just because. I
agree.
And I'm not just saying Trent, but I'm saying a lot of people. Right. Chris just asked, can I dunk? Chris, never in my life have I dunked a basketball on a 10-foot goal. No, you know this answer. Like even losing the 106 pounds I've lost, I still couldn't dunk. I still can't jump.
Have you tried?
I haven't.
I think you could hit the bottom of the rim.
I have been working out 3 days a week, like walking a couple miles. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I can. Knows? I might have to get in the gym soon. And yes, listen, Trent is in Arnold mode. He's buffed.
We need to film it if you do this. He's good with Dunkin' Donuts.
Chris is at school with me now. Like he's there with the Boys and Girls Club, so it's awesome. We're in the same building.
Oh, awesome. That's cool. Yep. That's even more scarier for you guys now. Sorry, you kids. All right, let's get back here because we are 2 minutes to 10 and we got to wrap this up.
That shows what a friend he is, though. He's a UT fan and he's in here in our Kentucky chat. That's a good friend right there.
And he said nothing about Kentucky. He asked if you could dunk.
And he's being nice to me again because he knows I got to preach again on August 23rd. So
okay, that's true. That's true. All right. Does the Kentucky football team finish ranked?
Here's the thing. I think if we get to 7 wins, we could be ranked. I really do because of our at the end, maybe. I don't know, man. I mean, if you've got a team that goes 8-4, 9-3, we're going to be ranked at the end.
I agree.
Just because of the schedule.
Crazy.
I don't know though. I mean, I don't think we're going to be ranked high like at the end. But if we go to, I will make this prediction. If we go to 8-4, we'll be ranked at the end of the season.
Okay, I'm good with that. All right, here's a tough one I want to ask you, and we'll end on this one. Does Kentucky football beat a top 10 team this year?
I'm buying. I think we're going to upset somebody, man. I really do. I feel like this team is built to upset some people. Okay. Show me the money. I'm buying.
Okay. All right. I'm in on that. Sounds
Thank you,
good.
Johnny.
Paul says he's buying as well.
Yeah, I'm buying. Listen, I think we're gonna sneak one out on somebody.
This episode, I think people are going to overestimate us. I think this episode was bad for me. Was bad because you all are getting me way hyped on this football team already. That I'm thinking this is a 10-win Tubby, and I'm saying that because Tubby Smith would come 10-loss Tubby. But let's see here. Icon saying, "What if Stein pulls off an 11-win?"
If he pulls off an 11-win season, he has a lifetime contract.
Don't say that. Last time we did that, it was Cal.
Yeah, I think we're going to get an upset.
I don't know what Rocky Top is. We don't.
He said he's saying if Tennessee doesn't get a quarterback, he's worried about the Kentucky game.
I know. I think that would be a great one for us. Oh, we appreciate that, Paul. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you, Wildcat Den and Paul, both.
Yes, and Icon and Johnny and Chris.
I was just saying because they said they enjoy
our.
our show. I was just thanking them for enjoying our show.
Okay. Well, we enjoy it.
I appreciate
we enjoy y'all's
everybody.
comments, really.
When everybody gets in here and comments, it makes things a whole lot easier. And I'll be honest, man, we were both looking, and I was like I said, my wife was like, "How come this time of year is so hard to do a show?" And I was like, "Well, because nothing's really going on, other than a little recruiting." And we had the 5 for 5 thing that happened. And I said,
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to talk about a lot. So it's I don't know. I don't know, Icon. I'm starting to worry about allegiances here.
It's kind of peach orange, and I wore this to the SEC tournament that I got to go to. So I was stood out like a sore thumb with this color. So no, Adam,
right,
I can't call you that. I got to call you
It's just
Icon.
so much cooler calling you Icon. Like you're an icon.
Your name is iconic, man. Like we have to call you Icon. Sorry.
But I'll be honest, Michael, this is the thing. I'm a fan, so I want to get hyped for the season. You know what I mean? Because I'm not one of those guys that's like, my team's going to dog stomp you. I've never been one of those guys. Or like, even if I win, I don't go running my mouth, but I'll smile a little harder at you the next day. But
absolutely.
Yeah, like Adam says, it's a dead period, so it's kind of hard to find stuff to talk about. But I like the fact that we're getting hyped right now. That's what I want. I want to get hyped. I want other people to get in here and get hyped with us. Just so if we are disappointed, we can all be disappointed together. Because if you have something bad happen, it helps if you have numbers to just get back together.
To moan and
just to come together for source of strength from each other. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Let's see here. It says, I'm a fan. I'm ready for some football, no matter who plays. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. I am too. I'm ready for that chill in the air, like he was talking about, man. Just that crispness. I'm ready to get back to calling games. Like Harlan County, I think, is going to surprise a few people this year.
Oh yeah, all right. Like this weather makes me want to wet a fishing line so bad. I went fishing once this year. I think that's it.
I didn't go. I've not been fishing at all. So,
dude, we need to go to the lake.
That's what I'm saying. Well, look, maybe after November 14th, we can go fishing.
There we go. I'm gonna have to bust some ice to go fishing.
Wildcat's ready. He's hyped. I like that.
Yes. All right, guys.
We didn't think there was going to be a show, Michael, and now we're already over an hour. So
yeah. So thank you, guys, and it's because of you all. We really do appreciate it. Again, it is dead period for sure. One of the guests we thought we were going to have was one of the women's basketball team, but actually today was their last practice before they go home for 3 weeks. So that kind of fell through because it is dead period. So in 3 weeks, we'll probably have some guests back on, or at least athletes. We'll see what we can do in the meantime. And
I'm
guys,
guessing the boys probably went back home too.
I'm sure. I just definitely got the confirmation that the women's were done today. But, guys, as always, we appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Don't forget, turn on that notification if you're already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're on our road to 1,000. We're up to 563, I think is where we're at right now. So we got to get a big push going on again. Maybe we need to give something away again.
Share it out for us, guys. We need to get those numbers up. And I don't know why they don't do a big bear mural. That would be awesome.
A big bear mural?
Yeah, like a big mean bear mural as you pass the baseball field there. Like coming from Cumberland. It's coming side.
That'd be cool.
I think it'd be cool if they had something like that coming both ways.
I got you.
I don't know.
Will there ever be a Trent Noah mural at Harlan County High School?
I mean, I don't know. They still got his jersey hanging in his locker. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It is cool and creepy at the same time, but cool. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We're 4 minutes over. We thank you all again, as I've said a few times here. Thank you for joining the show. If you ever want any of their merch, let us know. Like, again, if you want to be a sponsor of the show or have an ad read like we had earlier today, let us know on that too, because we want to take Cats Chat to the moon, as we used to say, and we can't do it without you guys. But with that being said, if you didn't listen to anything we said, please listen to these 3 rules, because if you go by these 3 rules, you'll have the greatest life you ever had. Number 1, love God. Number 2, love others. And number 3, love UK sports.
God bless.